was an assembly in school, I remember, and you were like belittled if your dream was a little bit out there. So you had to pick something, a bit more that fits in a bit more, like an architect or an engineer. And, and from there, it's quite easy to forget about what you once wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be like a Wolf of Wall Street, a trader. I wanted to be in like a city in a suit. And after college, lockdown came around, and out of nowhere, your environment's changed. You can't go out, and you've got a phone, you've got Instagram, and there's all these gurus. Everyone's selling a course. It kind of goes into that like matrix of drop shipping, crypto, e-commerce, all of that waffle. And you get guys selling courses, but why would you be selling a course if what you're doing is so successful? Essentially, you're put into this melting pot. But the thing that they forget about is everyone's got their own purpose and their own mission to give to the world, which a lot of the time can get hollowed out. And I've learned, to be honest, I thank those gurus because it's kept me still, gunning for what I want to do with my life, despite all of the pressure, like even from school to get like GCSEs, and then it's the job, then it's uni. So it's just this filter, and it's constant. It's just the culture of, knowing what you need to do with your life. And if you're still trucking on, trying to do what you want to do, then give yourself a pat on the back, because it's hard, because, there's all those little flash comments, little passive comments, people kind of look down on you a bit. And it's easy to do, and it's easy to fold, but just keep going. Growing up, I've always thought differently, and I haven't been able to put my finger on it fully, but I've always known that there's been something just off. And I think it's just the way you're forced to make a decision. But it's funny, like all of the things that you intuitively knew as a child is kind of what you end up doing when you find purpose. Because for me, I went through school and everything kind of got changed around. And for me personally, I was 14 years old watching like Elliot Hulse and Athlean and X. So I've had that kind of influence from when I was younger. And that's what got me into the gym, was watching those guys. But from there, post 2020, it got much more mainstream, that kind of talk, and it got much more turned into a bit more of a pantomime. I went down that path, and I don't think it's something to be ashamed of, because you're just young and you've got that innate thing that you're meant for something different. But that's the only thing out there that's kind of confirming, giving you that confirmation bias of what you thought and think you want to be, because it's selling things that are empty and purposeless. But for me, now I've grown up and I've got more of my wits about me, I can now, kind of integrate that mindset, but still doing it in Callum's way.